come down to the mat, and optional equipment tonight is a ball or a block. This is just an unweighted, squishy stability ball. You could also use a throw pillow. You need to use anything. It's totally optional, but I'll just give you a couple of opportunities where you could use that if you wanted to. It just tends to, it increases the focus. It's not about weight so much as just gives you something to contract a different muscle. So go ahead and come on down to your back if you're not there already. Give yourself a stretch, pressing heels away, reaching arms away. And then let's go ahead and bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself a little rock. And bring your feet to the mat. So this will be a very nearly 100% Pilates class, not very much yoga stuff. So we'll be very focused on the abdominal area and the gluteal area. So I want you to make sure you're always protecting your back. And I'm going to give you different levels. So I will give you always the most modified to the most advanced, and I leave it up to you to decide what level you want to do. Never feel like you have to do the hardest option. But equally, if I'm doing the easier option and you want to do a harder option, that's up to you as well. It's always best with Pilates to be doing the exercises really precisely with good articulation and keeping that core stable, keeping that spinal alignment, and doing a more modified version than losing track of all of that and doing a more advanced version. So we're just going to start by warming up with some pelvic tilt. So lifting the hips, lifting the pelvis, coming up to the shoulders, and then pull the belly button in as you roll down one vertebra at a time. And you can link that with the breath, so as you inhale, you're going to tilt up, coming up to shoulder blades, and as you exhale, you'll lower down, pulling the belly button in as you go. Trying to match the breath, so you inhale for the full movement up, exhale for the full movement down. If you want, you can integrate the arms here, so you just stretch the arms up overhead, beginning to warm up the shoulders, gives you a nice stretch. Exhale, pressing back down. It's all about control. And go ahead and come up one more time. Whenever you come down, just go ahead and then lift up, leaving your arms where they are. Press the hips up and bring the hands under the body. Bring your shoulders under your body, and then press yourself up. Take a deep breath into your abs. This is a great stretch for your abdominals, so we'll come back to this. And release that down. All right, so we're going to continue with that similar sort of movement, and we're working our gluteal muscles. So feet are fairly close to the body. We're going to inhale and tilt up. So you're kind of at your highest point, not way high up on your shoulders, but you're on your shoulder blades. Thighs are parallel, shins are parallel, feet are parallel. So everything is in line with your hips. Press your palms into the mat, chin slightly towards chest, and we're going to just pulse up. So it's a teeny bitty movement. We're not dropping all the way down and lifting up. It's just a little squeeze. Squeeze, squeeze. Pressing into the heels, pressing into the hands can help you as well. And trying to keep those knees from either knocking inwards or dropping outwards. And you really squeeze the glutes at the top, get that extra little bit of definition. And we'll keep doing this for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring yourself up to the balls of your feet. If this is too much, just stay on the flat feet and then pulse. So you should feel a little bit more intensity in the glutes here, and you also are having to use your calves. So it should make the exercise a little bit more challenging, which means if it is too much, you always have the option of coming back onto your flat feet. Equally, if you have any foot issues, this might be uncomfortable, but it also, we're getting a nice stretch of our feet here. So if you have plantar fasciitis, or if you've been in flat shoes or high heels all day, this actually should feel quite good on your feet. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and lower those feet down, and then bring the right leg up. You have the option of coming here to tabletop or extending the leg straight. Flex the foot flat on the floor, and now pulse up for 10, like you're trying to push the heel into the ceiling. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Point the right toe, lift up on the left ball. Again, option to just stay right where you are, and pulse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Lift up and hold it. Lower that right leg down, lift it back up, down, and up. Last time, and up. Bend that knee, place both feet on the floor, feet are flat. Same thing other side. So pressing the right foot into the floor, extend the left leg, flex the foot, get a nice straight leg so you really stretch your hamstring, and press up. Push that heel towards the ceiling. Lift, lift. Again, not dropping too low. I want you working your glutes, not your back. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Point the left toe up on the right ball of the foot, and press up. And you're just breathing steadily, careful that you're not holding your breath. Long inhales, long exhales. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower that leg down and lift up and down and up. Last time, and up, and then place that foot on the floor. Place both heels on the floor, press the hips up, squeezing one last time, and then pull the belly button in as you release down to the mat. Hug the knees into the chest, giving yourself a rock from side to side. Place your feet on the floor like mat's distance apart and just swish your hips. Windshield wipers a few times, releasing any tension you might have been holding there in the hips. All right, and then coming back to center. So we're going to come to the hundreds. So this will be your first opportunity. If you want to use a block or a ball, you can. So you're going to have, I'm going to give you 3 levels of hundreds. I'm going to start with knees bent, then go to tabletop, legs straight. You can do any one of them the whole time. The reason for the ball is you really squeeze and you work these inner thigh muscles. Arms straight up from the chest. Take an inhale. As you exhale, chin comes towards chest, shoulders and head lift, and you begin to pulse the arms. So it's an inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So press your low back into the mat, squeeze the belly button in. If you'd like to challenge yourself, bring the legs to tabletop. Make sure the back doesn't arch. Harder is away from the body, easier is towards the body. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, and 5. If you want to challenge yourself more, extend the legs, and I put the ball between the ankles when I do that. Again, easier will be legs straight up in the air. Harder is down here. As low as you want to go without arching the back, without pooching out your stomach. Keep that tummy pulled in. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, pumping those arms vigorously. You're trying to destabilize yourself, and then your core keeps you stable. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. Head is stable, no bobbing around. Balancing a glass of red wine on your belly, or whatever it is you want to drink this evening. Maybe it's just a glass of water. You don't want to spill that. Last time, inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Release that. Let your head come to the mat. Give yourself a hug. So we're going to move on to the leg stretch series. I'm not going to give you any breaks. We're going to go from one to the next to the next. That doesn't mean you can't take breaks. If your neck is bothering you, if you need to, just lower your head down and come back up and join us. The rule is always keep the back flat on the floor. As soon as your back is arching, give yourself a break or modify the exercise. Draw the right knee into the chest. Right hand on the right ankle, left hand below the right knee. Extend the left leg straight up in the air, elbows are wide. Lifting head, lifting shoulders, lower that left leg down as low as you are able to keep in control. Pull the right leg in, exhale left leg. Inhale right leg, exhale left leg. So we start nice and controlled. Those of you who have been doing this for a while, if you'd like to challenge yourself, you can add a bit of momentum. So you're moving a little bit more quickly, but you're still absolutely stable in your core. The other option is to do a double. Pulse, 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 pulse. So you decide what version is best for you. Last one. Bring the right knee in, bring yourself into a ball. Exhale all the air. On the inhale, extend. Arms up, legs either up or out will be harder. Exhale, wrap it around. Inhale, extend. Exhale, around. Without arching the back. 2. Last one, and hold it. So you can reach your arms overhead, but I tend to find that the ribs pop out and the back and the abs pooch out. So I want to keep the arms up from the shoulders, but challenge yourself, lower the legs. Hold it for 3, 2, and 1. Kick that right leg in. You're grabbing calf, thigh, or ankle. Pull it in and switch. Inhale, right leg. Exhale, left leg. Arms are barely moving. Legs are coming into them. Trying not to bend the knees. So if you just come to here, that's fine. Same thing, you can move nice and slow, or you can add momentum, but use your core to keep yourself utterly stable. And you can also do the double. And 3, 2, last one. Bring both legs up. Hands behind the head is harder. Hands on the floor, head on the floor is slightly more modified, slightly easier. Flex the feet. Inhale, lower the legs down. Exhale, pull them up. Keep the elbows wide, don't pull on your neck. Inhale, exhale to the top. Again, you can add some momentum here, and then the challenge is to stop your legs before they go overhead. So you inhale, lower down. Exhale, stop it vertical. Inhale. Last one. And bring the knees to tabletop. Keep the head nice and high. Keep the elbows wide. Crisscross. Inhale. One knee comes in, elbow to the mat, twist across, back to center. You're trying to bring the knee all the way to the shoulder. So you can go past the elbow. Don't worry about touching the elbow. Keep the elbows wide, like the wings of a bird. Exhale as you twist, inhale to center. So we're not continually moving. It's a pause at center, a pause in the twist. Finish on the opposite side from where you started, and then release yourself down, head down, feet down, press up to that bridge pose again. Take a deep breath. Fill the belly, stretch out the abdominal muscles. Let it go. Go ahead and release yourself all the way down to the mat. Rock yourself up to sit. So we're going to come next to rolling like a ball, and you have the option of enhancing that with the ball or the block. So go ahead and sit nice and tall, holding onto shins or ankles. Back is long and straight. The option for the ball is to hold it between your body and your feet. You could do the same thing with a block or with a little throw pillow from your couch. Sit up nice and tall. Pull the belly button in, rock the hips back, tuck the shoulders and the head, roll down to shoulder blades, and roll back up. So try not to smack your back on the mat, and try not to let your feet touch down on the mat. So you roll in a rounded spine position and come up. This isn't appropriate for anyone who has osteoporosis in the spine, or even just if you have pain in your spine, you can skip this. And whenever you finish your next one, roll up and stop. Balancing. Good, release that down. Place the ball off to the side. Sitting up nice and tall for the saw. Belly button in. Arms extend at shoulder height. Pull the shoulder blades together. Reaching opposite pinky finger to opposite pinky toe. 3 pulses as you stretch further, 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 as opposed to bouncing up and down. Inhale and twist. Inhale to center and twist. Inhale, back palm flips up. Front palm flips down. Inhale. Finish the last side. Inhale, stretch your arms up. Exhale, bring them down. Roll the shoulders down and back. Grab your black ball or block, again, if you want. Bringing your hands on either side. Feet are still separated, not mat distance, but maybe like hip distance. They're just not super close together. Totally optional. Shoulders are rolling down and back. With spine stretch forward, we want to keep our arms parallel to the floor. They don't dip down. So we inhale, reach your hands forward and pulse. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, really pull that belly button to the spine. Inhale, imagine someone's pulling you back by your hips and someone else is pulling you forward by your fingertips, or you don't want to give that ball to them. Inhale, last time, and come back up. Great, we're just going to do a little lateral bend here. So letting one arm come out to the side, bending over, reaching the opposite arm. Let that elbow go soft. And catch your breath break. Coming back to center, switching sides. Let the arm go out to the side. Reach the arm up and over. Lateral bend. Breathe into the ribs. And press yourself up. Okay, spinal roll up. Modified version of this is knees bent. More challenging version is legs straight. I encourage all of you to work on rolling back slowly. It's much harder to roll up slowly. So definitely if you're struggling, use some momentum to roll up. Go ahead and bring yourself down to the mat. I'm going to start modified. You can start with legs long if you already know you do that. I just like to use the ball for a little bit of sort of extra articulation. Again, completely optional. Take an inhale. Use the exhale to roll up quickly. Inhale, stretch the legs. Exhale, spine stretch forward like we just did. Bend the knees on the inhale. Pull the belly button in and use the full exhale to roll down one vertebra at a time. Inhale, exhale, roll up. Inhale, stretch the legs. Exhale, spine stretch forward. Inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, pull the belly button in, rolling slowly down. Option to do this with legs extended. Inhale, exhale to roll up. Option to roll up more slowly, that's more challenging. Spine stretch forward. Inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, I actually meant to do it legs straight, but I'll do that next time. Keeping the legs straight. Inhale, exhale, roll up. Inhale, sit up tall. You can leave the legs straight if you can do it without the legs kicking up, right? Press them into the mat. Still a slow, controlled roll down. If you're not able to do that, keep the knees bent. You'll get there. Inhale, exhale. We got to train those abs. Always in control. Pull the belly button in, slowly rolling down. Last one. Inhale, exhale, roll up. Sitting up tall, pull the belly button in, and roll down. Great. All right, we're going to do the reverse of that. I do not ever understand why I inch forward the whole class. If I didn't move it back, I would end up past the camera. Okay. Option to use the ball on the rollovers. Again, ball or else something light. Don't use anything heavy and drop it on your head, please. Not that anyone other than me would do that, but I would definitely do that. So I'm going to squeeze this between my ankles, palms are flat on the floor. If for any reason you should not roll over, or if you simply can't get up and over, you can work on just lifting and lowering with control. And we can all practice that, lift and lower. So we're not lifting and thumping onto the mat, right? You're trying to find that control. Once you have that, if you'd like to take this up and over, bring the legs to parallel. They don't need to touch the floor, but parallel to the floor. Pull the belly button in and roll yourself down. See if you can connect one vertebra at a time. Inhale, exhale to roll over. Parallel to the floor. Flex the feet and roll back down. Point the toes. Inhale, exhale, roll over. Flex the feet and roll back down with control. So the challenging part, more challenging of the two, is the coming back down, because you want to do it with control. Obviously, gravity would let you just come flopping back down, but that is not the goal in Pilates. Inhale, exhale, roll over. Inhale, exhale, roll down. And we'll do one more. Inhale, exhale, roll over. And inhale, exhale, roll back down. Excellent. That's one of my most favorite. I need a sip of water. Pardon me. All right. One of my yoga teachers calls that water asana. Time for water asana. Okay, we are going to do single leg kicks, or single leg circles rather. So come on down to your back. Hug the right knee into the chest. Extend the left leg long. All right, place the left foot on the floor. Extend the right leg. Try to get that right leg nice and straight. Now, wherever your flexibility is, go ahead and extend that left leg. So it has to do with flexibility, but also your back. I tend to very rarely work with my leg all the way extended. It depends on the day, but most of the time I need a little bit of a bend to keep that back pressing the floor. You do you. Rotate the right leg from the hip, and the toes end up pointing out. Palms of the mat. Imagine you have a pencil on your big toe. You want to make circles on the ceiling about the size of like a dinner plate. So it's not a big circle. We can come across the body on the inhale, around, up to the top. Inhale, exhale. Again, your hips and your abs are completely stable. They are not moving around. 3 and 2. The last one. Stop at the top. Same size, opposite direction. Inhale, exhale. Little circles. It often feels like you're making something small, but you're actually making quite big. I'm actually making more like an extra large pizza size. I could make it smaller. And 2. Last one. Now big circles across the body, swooping down, up and around, and stop. Inhale. Inhale. Keeping nice and stable. One of my other teachers always said, no wiggling, no jiggling. Use this core to keep yourself from wiggling and jiggling around. Last one. Switch directions. Out, swoop down, and up. And 5. And 4. 3. 2. Last one. Stop at the top. Press that foot all the way down to the mat. Good. Hug the left knee in. So the leg circles are great hamstring stretches if you work with a straight leg as much as possible, but they are very much working your core as well, and it's really good for hip mobility. Extend the left leg, same option, bend your right knee as much as you need to keep that back press on the floor. Maybe it's all the way straight. Rotate from the hip out, left toes point out. Straight up from the hips, inward circles, small circles for 6. Keeping stable. And 3, and 2. Last one, reverse direction. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Chin towards chest. And 3, 2. Last one, big circles across the body, swooping down, up and around. Inhale and exhale. Stay really stable. Maybe it's like a hot cup of tea on your belly that you don't want to spill. And 2. Last one. And reverse. Inhale, exhale. 3 more. And 2. Last one. And flex that foot. Lower that leg all the way down to the mat. Good. Give yourself a big stretch. Roll yourself up to sit. Coming to tabletop. So in your tabletop position, hands are on ankles or calves. Back is long and straight. Shoulders are down and back. This is another one that if you don't like rolling on your spine, you can just balance here rather than actually rolling. The objective is to keep this like a rocker. It does not move or kick around. Inhale, exhale, pull the belly button in, roll the shoulder blades. Inhale, exhale, come back up, find stability. Two more times. Nice and controlled. Always trying not to roll onto your neck. It's a little bit easier with this. It gets harder with open leg rocker. Balance here. Extend one leg. Just slightly wider than hips, not all the way out to the side. Bring it back in. Extend the other leg. Bring it back in. And come on over onto hands and knees. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Warming up with a couple of cow-cats, just to stretch out that spine. Inhaling and exhaling. Working that spinal mobility. And then find yourself in a neutral spine. Belly pulling in, back in neutral. So trying to keep the elbows, the faces, like the inside of the elbows facing inwards. You will notice with me, sometimes my elbows lock. So I really try to keep those elbows rotated inwards and a little itty bitty bend rather than locking them out. Just something to be aware of. Go ahead and extend your right leg, flexing your right foot. Really push that right leg away. Trying to keep the hips from destabilizing and from rocking to one side or the other. Option to extend the left arm. And hold. Now, it is not as pretty to have your foot flexed, but it does give you a nice hamstring stretch, so that's why I do it. But certainly you could point your foot, or if you cramp, just let your foot be in neutral. We're going to lower it down to the mat and lift back up. Tap down and lift. Tap down and lift. Good. Just lifting to hip height, not any further. 3, 2, last one. If you're wobbling, you can always put your hand down. Shoot the hand out from the shoulder, shoot the leg out from the hip. By all means, kick over a candle. This is why they're not real. Hold it there for a moment. Belly button in. And then same thing, tap down and lift. Tap down and lift. Maintaining control. 3, 2, last one. Come back to center. Go ahead and place the hand down so you're just on your hands and one knee. And let's make little circles one direction. Whole hip moving, but little bitty circles, so it's not a giant kicking movement. And then reverse direction. That's sometimes the challenge to reverse direction. Our brains don't always like to do that. Good, bend the knee, come down onto the forearms, flex the right foot, and we're going to do little donkey kicks towards the ceiling. So it's a tiny punchy kick. The more momentum you have, the more this challenges your glutes, but we don't want to get into our low back here. What I often see is people doing really big kicks and really arching the back. That's terrible on your back. You will hate me tomorrow because your back will hurt. I don't want that. So pull the belly button in, contract the abs. We want to be targeting the glutes here, not the low back. Kicking towards the ceiling. Kick, kick, kick. And if you find this too challenging, then go ahead and just lift. Take that kicking momentum out until you get the idea of the range that you want to do to safely do it. 3, 2, and 1. Rising back up onto hands, extending the leg back out, giving it a stretch for a scorpion push-ups. So we're going to bend our elbows, lowering chest towards the floor, keeping the leg lifted, and press back up. And 4, 3, 2, last one. Curling the left toes under. Again, modification here is just to put that right leg down and come to a modified plank. Challenge version is to lift up into a 3-legged plank. Belly button's pulling in. Right leg is still just hovering off the floor. And now let's lift the right leg and lower. Lift up and lower without what? Going into the low back. Exactly. 5, I know I sound like a broken record. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Up to 3-legged downward facing dog, stretching that leg up. Give yourself a hip stretch, dropping that right foot towards the left side, stacking right hip on top of left. This is about as yoga as we're going to get tonight. Come back to center. Bring that leg all the way forward, coming to a runner's lunge. Pausing and stretching for a moment. We're going to come to a twist. You have the option of dropping your back knee down or keeping it lifted as you bring the left elbow against the right thigh and twist. Try to bring the hands to the middle of the chest. If you're wobbling, you could put your left hand on the floor. You could also extend the right arm if you wanted to, or you can keep the hands at heart center. Use the arm to push around and try to really get a twist. Good, release that down, hands onto the mat. Bring the hands wide to prepare for, you've got it, push-ups. Step the right foot back. So you can do your push-ups from feet or from knees, you decide. Remember, we only go to a 90-degree bend in our elbow, 5 of them. Inhale down, exhale up for 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, press up, find plank, holding plank for a moment. Chaturanga, lowering all the way down to the mat, elbows hug the side, release down, pressing up into your cobra. Exhale, press back, child's pose, and bring yourself up. Okay, so my challenge as a teacher is, can I do all of that again on the other side? I think I can. I'm sure you guys have faith. Okay, hands under the elbows, or hands under the elbows. Yes, hands under the elbows, also under the shoulders. Knees under the hips. Extend that left leg back, flexing the foot, pull the belly button in, trying to get rid of dramatic arch. Extend the right arm, always optional, you can keep it down. Lower down and lift. Down and lift. So whatever beverage you were balancing on your stomach, imagine is now on your low back. And so you want to keep equally stable. 3 and 2. Last one. Bring the right arm out from the shoulder, left arm out from the hip. So you'll notice this depends a lot on your flexibility. We all know I'm not uber open in my hips. Some of you might have your legs more parallel to the floor. That's fine. Lower down and lift. Down and lift. 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Come back to center. Place the hand down. And little circles one direction with the leg. Tight circles from the hips. 3, 2, and 1. Reverse that. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming down onto forearms. Bend that left knee. Pull the belly button in. Get rid of that arch in your back. And kick towards the ceiling. So really pushing that heel, and again, same option. This can be nice and slow and controlled, or you can add a little punch to it. But if you feel it in your low back, go ahead and just take it down. We're trying to tone our glutes, build strength there that protects our spine. I mean, all of these things help you tone and look good, which helps you feel good. But their goal, their objective, is to make your body healthy and feel good for that reason. To support your spine, to support your back, to protect your organs. So that is the goal of these. The added aesthetic benefit is like a nice happy bonus. 3, 2, and 1. What comes next? 3-legged plank. So bring the hands up, right? Yeah, right. Curl the toes under and press yourself up to 3-legged plank. Again, option to drop to knees, modified plank, option to drop the foot down. Otherwise, you're going to tap down and lift, down and lift. Just coming to hip height so we don't encourage the arch in the spine. Ooh, I don't know about you, but I am sweating. 3, 2, 1, kicking up and back, 3-legged down dog. Lift that leg high to get a stretch. Bend the knee, stack left hip on right. Bring the leg back forward, swing it forward, plant it down, coming up to a twist. You know what I kind of meant to do there were my favorite, hinging forward. I spared you that. You can drop down to your back knee. You need the stability. If you start to fall over, you can also put a hand on the mat. You might even just like this better. I mean, you might feel like you can use the arm more and get more of a twist. I can often say doing a modified version isn't necessarily about making it easier on yourself. Sometimes it's about making it better. And place the hands down, 5 more push-ups, so you pick your push-up position. The difference in doing them wide is it works your chest as well as your triceps. Narrower is much more difficult, it's just working your triceps. So it's up to you. Okay, it all works your core. And when you're ready, we're gonna lower down for 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Bring the hands back to narrow position if you have them wider. Taking a breath. Bending the elbows, lowering all the way down, chest, chin, hips. Inhale, pressing up, cobra. Exhale, press back onto your heels in child's pose. Taking a deep breath. Release the back. Good, bring yourself up. Let us come to a forearm plank. So, forearms on the mat. So you can do this with arms parallel. You can do this with hands coming together, making like a triangle. I don't actually know one is easier than the other. So just, it's negligible. Do what's more comfortable in this case. I like mine in a triangle. I think it feels easier, but I'm not sure that's entirely true. Pull the belly button in. So what's important in our planks, right? We don't want to drop the hips. Again, not great for your low back. And you don't really want to stick the hips up because it changes the exercise. So puts it more into your shoulders. When you're here, you're really working your core. So I want you to try something. Inhale, exhale through your lips, press all the air out. Keep going. Can you feel those deep, deep muscles contracting when you exhale? That helps support you here. It's also excellent for building strength in those deep abdominal muscles. So use that breath. In Pilates and yoga, when you're holding a position, when you're challenged, the breath will help you. In yoga, it's more about finding your focus, but in Pilates, it's absolutely about contracting those abs, making them work for you. Make them support you. Let's do twists here, dipping the hip down, dipping the other hip down. Twist and dip, twist and dip. It's the Pilates dance. This is actually not Pilates. There's only about a very limited number of exercises in Pilates, so most of what we've done tonight is strictly Pilates, but I take liberty and we just add some other core moves. 3 and 2. The last one to center. Release it all the way down and let your head relax to one side. And take a nap. No, just kidding. But take a breath. All right, so counter pose. Now we are going to work the back. So we've stretched the back. Should be nicely warmed up and ready to go. Those are going to be in the way. Okay, squeeze the legs together. Hands by the side. Inhale, lift the chest off the mat. Hands are in our cactus position. Your option is to lift your legs as well. You do not have to. Next option is to reach the arms forward and pull them back. Extend and pull back. Reach. It actually feels quite nice. Stretches through the shoulders. And then it's like you're pulling a lap bar, like a kind of a row. And 3 and 2. Last one, hold them out, lift the legs a little higher, lift the chest a little bit higher, and swimming. Lower, kick the legs and move the arms up and down. Obviously, if you did this in a pool, you would drown, but it kind of looks like swimming. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Turn your head to the other side and take a nap on that side. Take a breath and let it go. Bring your hands under you. Push up, push back. Let's do puppy pose. So curl your toes under, stretch towards your heels, extend your spine. Good, come on back out to that low plank. Lifting, so I should have said obviously before, you know you can do plank on your knees if at any point you feel like you need to. Lift up to toes. So make sure that your body is like in the exact same alignment as if you were standing. So you don't lift your head way up here, and you also don't drop it way down there. It's just right in neutral. You're just looking in between your hands. Come to either side, side plank on your forearm. Option to drop the knee. Option, no, not an option, reach the arm overhead, unless your shoulder bothers you. We're gonna bring elbow to knee. We're gonna crunch in for 10, 9, foot hovers, it never quite hits the mat. 7, or the other foot I should say. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Extend the leg, holding it up. Go ahead and reach that arm towards the ceiling. And lift and lower the leg for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Dropping that bottom hip if you need to. 4, 3, 2. Last one. Option to give yourself a stretch. Reaching that hand back. Stretch the hamstring. Place it down. Not the hamstring, the quadricep, and lower down to the mat. Bring the hands behind the body, clasp them together. Inhale, lift up, chest lifts up, arms pull away, option to lift the feet. Taking a deep breath. And release that down. Gotta do the other side, obviously. Press back up to your plank. Before we go to the other side, bend the knees and lift them up. Bend the knees and lift them up. Dip down and squeeze. Back is stable. Just moving those knees. 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, press up. Come to the other side. Coming off my mat. Other side plank. Again, option to drop that knee. Reach the top arm overhead. And when you're ready, knee to elbow. 10. Hovering that bottom leg so it never goes all the way back down to the mat. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Extend the leg, extend the arm, tap down and up for 9, for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, option to bend that knee, catch your foot, give yourself a quad stretch. Release it down and come down to the mat. I mean, this isn't easy for me, just so we're clear. And I'm talking. All right, we're gonna come to bow posture. So, if bow is too much on your back, you can do any of those other spinal extensions that we just did. Otherwise, bending the knees, reaching the hands back. Can you reach? If not, just lift and hold here. If you can reach, grab them. Keep the knees from flaring out, squeeze the legs together, and lift up. Keep lifting up as much as you can. Chest lifts, leg lifts. 3, 2, lift higher. Last one, release down, and come back to child's pose. For real, I'll give you a break. Reach those hands forward, come up, press back to downward facing dog. Roll shoulders away from the ears, slight bend in the elbows. Shake your head no, nod your head yes. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, lion's breath. Inhale. Exhale, lion's breath. All right, I have to. We're going to do our hinges forward, but we're going to come across the body. So lift the right leg up. As you hinge forward, bring the right knee across to the right elbow, the left elbow rather, and kick back up. 7, extend, 6, up, 5. Nice and controlled. And 3, 2. Last one, come out and hold it, zipper down to the wrist and back up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Kick the right leg out, finding fallen triangle. Press the hip up, press the arm up, looking towards the ceiling. Bring that hand back down, extend the right leg up, three-legged down dog. Open up the hip again, bend the knee, extend the leg, and bend it in. 4, 3, 2, last one. Lower it down, come out to plank. Work through vinyasa here. Up to up dog or cobra, and back to down dog. Extend the left leg. Left leg hinges to right elbow. 8, with control. You can inhale forward and exhale back, or the reverse. Whatever seems to work best for you, as long as you're breathing. 4, and 3, and 2. Last one, zipper down, knee to wrist, back to elbow. 4, 3, 2. Last one, kick the left leg out, fallen triangle on this side, press the hip up. Extend the arm up, gazing towards the ceiling. Hand finds the mat, kick that left leg up and back, bend the knee, open the hip, extend the leg. And 4, 3, 2. Last one, place that foot down, come back into plank, lower all the way down, up to cobra, and then up to a tabletop. Press up, arching the back. Good. And release this down. Excellent. Extend the legs out in front of you. Sitting up nice and tall. Inhale up. Clasp the hands together. Give yourself a full stretch. Side to side. We're going to twist from right where we are. So twist to one side. Place one hand behind you, other hand on the thigh. Press so you're sitting nice and tall. Turn and look over the back shoulder. Back to center. Inhale up. Exhale, twist to the opposite side. Hand on the thigh, hand on the floor. Using them to twist you. Bring the soles of the feet together, up into butterfly, and then go ahead and forward fold here. Let the head drop down, let the back round over. Breathing, letting it go. Go ahead and roll yourself back up. Come back to center. All right, final rolling option. You can roll like a ball. You can roll in tabletop, or you can roll an open leg rocker. I'm going to turn towards you even though it's a bit unladylike, because I don't want you being way out here. Rolling an open leg rocker, you're just wider than hips, okay? And be really careful about not going down to your neck. If it's enough to just balance here, you can. Sitting up tall and straight, long spine, arms are straight. Pull the belly button in, inhale, exhale, roll the shoulders, come back up and balance. And 3. And 2, it's not a flexibility exercise. Last one. Come up and balance wherever you are. In a ball, in tabletop, in open leg rocker. Bring the legs together. Release the arms. Can you extend the arms long? Lift them up overhead. Option to do teaser from here. You can modify this with legs in tabletop or feet on the floor, all right? This is our starting and ending position. Inhale, exhale, pull the belly button in, roll down, roll up to tease. Inhale, exhale, roll down, roll up to tease. Last one, inhale, exhale, Again, if you have a hard time doing that leg straight because it's like a super hard exercise, bend the knees to tabletop or place the feet on the floor and practice from here, okay? Everybody pull the belly button in, roll yourself all the way down, hug your knees into your chest. Place those feet on the floor really wide, mass distance apart, and do that same swish, swish, windshield wipers. One side and the other side. And then drop them to either side. Turn and look over the other shoulder. Whatever arm position is comfortable is the correct one. Take a couple of deep breaths, letting it go. Up and over to the other side, switching the head direction. Back to center. Bring the knees into the chest one more time. Give yourself a little rock from side to side. Let's come to happy baby to finish it off. Such a good one for releasing the back. So hopefully your back isn't sore, but just in cases, this will help release it. All right, and then stretch your arms overhead, stretch your legs below for 2 lion's breaths. Inhale. One more. And bring the arms down by the side, palms up. Roll the shoulders down and back. Let go. Feel yourself melt into the mat. Gently tucking chin towards the chest. Maybe you need to shake your head. Maybe you need to roll your ankles. Maybe you need to roll your feet. Maybe you need to jiggle your legs. Get yourself settled. And then close your eyes. Bringing the gaze to the backs of the eyelids. Bringing the attention to the breath. Inhaling through the nose. Exhaling through the nose. Letting it go. Every exhalation, allow yourself to release a bit more. Every inhalation, drawing in energy, drawing in relaxation. And then begin to wiggle fingers and toes. Begin to roll wrists and ankles. And let your head roll from side to side. And slowly, when you're ready, draw your knees towards your chest. You can stay there on your back for a moment or roll to your side for a moment, but pause. Take a moment to enjoy that restful posture. Take a moment to thank your body for all that it did tonight. Letting go of any judgment of anything you weren't able to do. And being pleased with yourself for all that you were able to do. And most of all, gratitude for yourself for stepping foot on the mat, continuing on your journey, or dedicating yourself to taking care of your mind, your body, your spirit. And then when you're ready, bring yourself to a sitting position. Spine nice and long and tall. Bring the hands to the heart, palm over palm, pressing them in the middle of your solar plexus. Take a deep breath into your heart center. And let it go. Take a moment to feel that connection with yourself, with your self-love. Inhale, extend both arms up overhead, press the palms together. Exhale, hands, spine, heart center. And namaste. Thank you all for sharing your practice with me this evening.